Welcome to this weekly analysis. I will quickly analyze the EXY, XAUSD, Nasdaq, Bitcoin, and Euro USD. And of course, the Christmas is coming, so there won't be much trading this week. I would imagine there will be low volume, but if the setup offers, always take it. And also, this Xmas the real gift is not under the tree at all. It's from Funded Next. Just take a couple of more days. They are announcing some crazy offers, and trust me, if you have some capital, save it to buy the Evolve Funded account from Funded Next. And if this video reaches like good comments, I will live trade on YouTube with this account and passing and documenting everything on this YouTube and also on my Instagram. So let's start the weekly analysis. As usual, we start with the DXY. You should know by now why we start with DXY, because it's inversely correlated with all the major forex pairs. However, forex pairs is all the major ones, they will move exactly opposite to DXY. So if we get like with the reasonable amount of confidence, if we can judge the bias of the DXY, we know exactly opposite is happening on the forex pairs. So let's go to monthly. Monthly is not much important when it comes to intraday trades, but let's just look at the monthly and see what's going on. Let me just turn on the lipstick. See, we have a 2 key swing failure pattern on the monthly time frame. Especially this one was very key. Obviously there is an imbalance above, but that's so far. So that's monthly wise, it was bearish, and then we're getting some support from this support zone. Okay, but nonetheless monthly is not much important, so I will go to weekly. I will turn on the lipstick from weekly. If you're following me, you should know by now I use swing failure pattern a lot for high probability trades, high win rate. So what this was also called beforehand on my Instagram and on the weekly analysis video on my Discord like months back. Okay, so we are somewhere here. So there was some previous propulsion block. I was expecting the market to find support and go up, and that's what exactly happened. And one of the major reasons we put on the swing failure pattern on the weekly chart. See, we put on the swing failure pattern, right? This is the swing failure pattern, and then we created the order block. So this order block by and large created by this manipulation leg, so this becomes our key support as well. And then we head for the extra range liquidity and again swing failure pattern, and this up close candle which took this liquidity, right, becomes a strong resistance. So this will be our next resistance, potential resistance zone. And then after this we tested this order block. You can even consider this as a propulsion block, and then finding the support again. Boom, swing failure pattern for the win. You could have easily took on the long trades. Nonetheless, we are again doing the swing failure pattern on this candle as well, right, which will be more visible on the daily. So I'm expecting at least extra range liquidity up into this candle high. Okay, so on the daily chart, let me turn on the lipstick. See, this is again a sweep, and the sweep, this will be our strong support now. If the price decides to retrace, this could hold us, considering the job is done taking the liquidity, and this volume cap also has been filled, which is inside all the weekly order block, right? So this will be potential retracement only to go up about the extra range liquidity here. So if you're looking simple and bullish, if that's the case, all the other forex pairs will be bearish, and the chart itself tells you this. Okay, so let me go to monthly chart. Not much going on here. Euro USD weekly chart. Let me turn on some lipstick. Right, again, see, if you're following me, this long has been called again on my Discord. There was a confluence of order block and the point of control, and also naked point of control. You should have got that. If you're just following me on Instagram now, I'm just putting so many free contents, free trading plans on a weekly basis. You should be doing well in trading, not financial advice, but I'm just stating fact nonetheless. So we took this liquidity and then got to extra range liquidity. We have been waiting for long, and it took a little bit more time. That's all right. We took it and closed the body below. That's our first sign of swing failure pattern. And the next candle on the weekly chart tested this week. Okay, here is the important source. Whenever there is the large wick, especially on a daily and a weekly time frame, 0.5 level around this like zone becomes very key. If you just measure here, it's almost 0.5, right? So you know around this zone there is a potential resistance. So you can, and then find the confluence, and probably this will be our potential short trace. Nonetheless, this was September, right? And coming back to this week of prediction, there was a wait, there was a previous big candle high here. This was a monthly high, so we swept that high, okay, same high is this, and also swept the previous candle high on a weekly chart, which is gonna be very important. So our extra days liquidity will be here, and also there is an order block, and also this low was put in the divergence with the inverse correlated by DXY. So this low was strong. I was anticipating and posted this as well for potential longs here, for ultimate take profit here, and that's what exactly happened. And coming to the daily time frame, there are a couple, even though our take profit loss will be this, we should always be mindful of first key level, which is the range point of control where the largest volume is happen. But before that, there is a daily imbalance. So there is a extra range liquidity and a rotation back to internal range liquidity. So potentially this low, right, especially this candle, this could sweep, we could very well sweep that and tag this fair value gap and then potentially head higher. So retracement, I'm expecting a retracement, not a reversal, because it will be a continuation. Nonetheless, this order block zone, this fair value gap, this low, especially I will be keen on watching the what happens on the this low. And how to enter this, it will be 5-minute or 1-minute time frame of a TCP protocol. TCP protocol, T means to trigger, C means the confirmation, P means the participation. I got inspired from the transition control protocol where I learned in the hacking world. Nonetheless, in trigger, we always want to see lower time frame sweep again or divergence with the correlated pair, which will be not DXY but GPP. Okay, so divergence with the GPP, and then the change in the state of delivery, inverse, whatever that is, and then the retracement back will be breaker or etc participation. There is no participation or taking a trade if there is no trigger or confirmation. Nonetheless, that's what exactly going on the daily time frame. So I am slightly bearish on the Euro USD, and here is other source. So if you observe very closely, right, when the price was here, our extra range liquidity was this and the previous month high, right, and there was a imbalance or a fair value gap here. We swept this and closed the body below. That could means there is a potential bullish scenario. However, in trading, it's not 100%. You have to update your weekly analysis based on what the day present itself. Even though I have like 80% accuracy on my this weekly analysis video, you still have to be switched on and watch what happens the next day. See, and then the body, and we ended up closing the body below here, right? And that means, especially this low, right, we ended up closing the body here. That means this itself become an order block. Okay, this up close candle will be a strong order block, and the next candle open here, we tested the order block, and then heading lower took this liquidity. Next zone will be this, and this big imbalance zone potential support. And that's for the euro. And GBP will be very similar. You can base out of this and analyze the GBP. And what else is there? And then Bitcoin, what can I say? I have been like predicting all these all-time highs. I shorted from 123 on an average. Like if I were to average from all the exchanges, I still holding this short, and I have no plan to close at all. Okay, no plan to close at all. For me, the price has to hit above 110 or something maybe to close it, but I have taken significant profit anyway. Now there is no little loss, and happy to ride if price coin decide to visit very lower zone like 50k 30k in obviously I'm talking from the macro point of view, but I would be happy. I won't mind at all. But our first resistance is gonna be this huge point of control. Okay, over the weekly terms, and there's so many weeks of data here, highest volume is, that's where the weekly imbalance is there. That's like a perfect sweet confluence, right? So around this zone will be our, but you can potentially get the swing short trade here again. Okay, when the price arrives here, if you see the inverse structure shift on the daily time frame, you can easily short here. However, if you flip that point of control, I'm expecting price to at least test 110 zone, very key order block zone. And if even this fails, and then we can expect our next all-time highs. Up until then, there is no point uh, shouting the moon, right? First, always step by step. There is the very big range on the weekly time frame, right? Range high, range low, very simple. There is an imbalance in the confluence of the whole range point of control. So this will be our key resistance. This is as simple as that. I do like how the weekly is closing here, kind of bullish, but there is no confluence. Exactly. So on the downwards TSL of draws, okay, potentially we could get a reaction and then I'll go through it. And as per the daily, we put on this low on Thursday, the December 18th, which I called out beforehand, right? What I was anticipating, right, on the 4-hour chart, price to come here, this is zone, right? This is zone where we can take a long on the December 18th, and boom, I booked the take profit level 1 and still holding that hedge long. And this I posted again on the beforehand, okay? For example, if I were to go on my Instagram, so it is a last week trading plan. This was the exact thing I posted. See, same thing. And that's what exactly happened. At least the take profit level 1 is hit. Remaining we shall see what happens. But yes, and this is one of the other big short I called out. I called out on October 11th. This might have a potential swing potential, and the entry price was on. I think this is a buy bit. Yeah, this is a buy bit short. Entry was 122. You could have blindly shorted and made so much profit. Seriously. And on to top it off, I also called out which month it's gonna fall, which month there will be a BTC monthly. All key on the November. I called it on September itself. In November, there's a big movement happening. I took the shot, posted on the Instagram. Yeah, it's just crazy. Bitcoin has been minting very well, I would say. That's about the Bitcoin. The plan remains the same, really. And as per Nasdaq, I see Nasdaq is like more like an indices, right? Like stocks. So this is my bread and butter when it comes to intraday trades, but there's not much going on really. There is another block I am hoping there will be a retest and upwards, but a series of all days coming. Again, same principle. We have a liquidity sweep here. Swing failure pattern just works so good. There's also another swing failure pattern here. You could have entered the short and book profit at least here, right? So that's for the Nasdaq. Is there anything remaining? Yeah, gold also plan remains the same, I would say, but it's not exactly clear on gold. On the weekly time frame, yes, we swept this high, but this high is all-time high, still pending. So there's not much going on really. I would go in the 4-hour chart and wait for any of these to be tapped before any trades. Ideally, if there will be a sweep here, TCP protocol, and then we get target here, right? So let's see what happens with regards to gold. And we also swept this high, again swing failure pattern, boom. On support here, we inversed here, that means bullish shine, boom. Extra raise liquidity has been hit, right? See, yes, that's as per the goal. I would be interested in where is the point of control of this small mini range really. Yeah, this also could find some support. You have to wait and see. Now we are retracing from the value area high, and that's as per the gold. And yeah, as the below liner says, don't forget to use the code WAIT. You will get a 120% refund on your initial investment after passing to phase 1. And don't forget to create funded next account with the link in description below, because I'm running a $25,000 giveaway. Just go to the wheel, okay, and follow all these rules, and likely I will be announcing the winners on this new year end or month end. I was planning initially for December 14th, but the people who request is like, there's need more participation, please allow me to participate at all. So I just let them. And that's it for the weekly analysis, and see you soon in the next video. And make sure the comments feature at least 10 comments so I can come here and live trade with this funded account, $25,000 funded account, pause with you guys and see what's going beyond the sea. Okay, so take care, see you soon in next video.